okay, when we first tried to do the entrepreneurship thing, we just felt like everything was against us.
Yeah.
Right.
And so it's sometimes hard blending everything and then making sure we're keeping everything that makes both of us as entrepreneurs and then owners of this podcast feel like we're putting our best selves forward.
And it's just like, what are we doing that's making all the odds be against us right now?
Yeah.
No matter what we try, like y'all watched season 1, episode 1. The struggle was real. All right.
What do you do?
And we're back. And we're back. And we back. And we back. We are back with another episode of the You're Done podcast.
Woo!
It's your host, Big Desto, not the little one.
Be more, never less. I ain't gonna lie, y'all almost forgot my name, which would have been a first for me.
It's been a while, to be honest.
I feel like it's been forever in a day.
We've had some technical. Okay, look, we back like we started with season 1. We had some technical difficulties. This is our second time filming this episode, and that's all right because we persevered. We made it through.
Mm-hmm. But it's very interesting
We're here.
That it happened on the topic of
what we're about to talk about. It was a struggle, and we tried to fight through it, y'all. But afterwards, we were like, we cannot.
Low quality.
We cannot put that video out.
Into, season 3? Yes, I was like, bro, they gonna be like, okay, y'all in season 3. Y'all should have your stuff together. And we like...
The devil.
Listen.
He really don't be having nothing else to do.
I know y'all out here saying, like, if the felon can be a president, I clearly could be an IT engineer, but that's just not how this works, y'all.
At all.
So, we are literally still learning as we're going. So, not everything clicks, but we're going to keep these episodes.
But even after that episode, we tried to film again, and then the camera wasn't working. So not only are we re-filming this one, we have to re-film that one too. Hey, but we're going to do it because we're not quitters.
We're not done.
Right, we're not done. So it just is what it is. We're going to redo it. And the topic is entrepreneurship, right?
Yes.
I guess this is something I've never done before.
Yeah.
She's an entrepreneur. She has her Be More Fit, by the way. If you need a trainer, hit my girl up. So she's been an entrepreneur. She's not new to it, but she has never been a podcaster. So this is totally different. Whereas you could just set your phone up and you edit on your phone. Everything is easier. But this content has shown us both that it's just, some things are just not as easy as sitting in front of a camera and yapping. Yeah. Obviously.
That, and then you're talking about working... I mean, this is my sister, so I think a lot of people always assume, like, oh my gosh, they're the same. They both wear black all the time. But we're
I got blue on today.
Listen, okay. I mean, I did put a green headband. But it's also like trying to blend in what you think aesthetically looks good. So sometimes she'll be like, we should do this. And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm really tired.
Right.
And so it's sometimes hard, blending everything and then making sure we're keeping everything that makes both of us as entrepreneurs and then owners of this podcast feel like we're putting our best selves forward. So that's something.
And being authentic.
Yeah, and that's different for me because if I don't post enough for Be More Fit, it's just, that's on me. Yeah. That does not affect her. That doesn't, it doesn't affect anything. So she could be at home like, yeah, I ain't seen nothing on the Instagram in like 3 days, which is my job, y'all.
Yeah. She posts the Instagram content and I edit all the actual episodes, right? And post the episodes. And I was like, sister.
And she's been very nice about it, y'all, because I was like...
Because I was like, she's just not going to do it. So is she done? I don't know. Look.
So I was like, I'm so happy like she ain't cussed me out because the way she came for me, it was scary because it was so nice, which is good. It's good, but I was like, this is usually not her response.
Right.
So the girl is growing in the Lord, okay?
I'm evolving.
Because, honey, I mean, and it would have been the same for me because I actually knew. I was like, Brittany, okay, like, you gotta, like, push through. You gotta, like, find some, like, I've been going through some things, okay? So I've just been like, you gotta like figure this thing out, and then you just gotta go ahead and do it. So when she sent me that message, I just was like, thank you so much for that.
But also like you said, it's like a 2-person thing. So whatever you lacking or whatever I lacking, it affects the other person. But like even with real life still happening, still trying to show up and do like continue doing what we said we would do from day one with the podcast. So it does sometimes get a little discouraging, and I think I've said it in another episode. Sometimes I wake up and I don't feel like doing this. Yeah. As fun as it is, and after we do an episode, it's kind of like working out. You be like, I don't feel like doing that. But when you're done, you're like, oh my gosh, that was so liberating. That was the best conversation we had yet. Right. We say that almost every time. That was really good. Listen, right. But I do feel like some days, like you have to force yourself. It's like a job. Yeah. It is a job. No, literally it is a job. Which right now isn't ripping any benefits. Right. So then you not monetarily. Not monetarily. But I love the conversations. And I think one thing you and I had talked about was like, when we're old, I expect to still be doing this when I'm older. But I was like, our kids will have something to like sit back and watch and just be like, oh my God, look at my mom. Be like, yep, girl. See how calm I am now? Right. See how much I don't cuss no more? Your mama is evolved. Yes. She grew. I'm doing so much better. You're welcome. Okay? Right. But I will say for me personally with entrepreneurship, it has shown me a different side of myself too. Because like you said, without actually reaping the benefits of I say this is a job. Most jobs, I'm not doing no job I ain't getting paid for. No. You know, so this is something that I have to self-motivate myself to do. And I'm mad that I just said that because I just put that in the notes yesterday, a video about self-motivation. I'm gonna just say that and move on. Yeah. Because we gonna make that a video. But it's just hard to also come up with topics. I don't know. I feel like at first, when we first started doing this, it was like, this is fun. We had all the notes. We could talk about this, and that. But as the videos start going and we're checking off all the titles, it's like, what we gonna talk about now? But I think, which I think was hard, not because there's nothing to necessarily talk about, but sometimes it can be hard in this setting. I mean, to come up with different conversations when there's so much of life we haven't experienced. So it's like there's an understanding that there's a whole world out there. So there's a ton, like you can go and chat GPT and they just flush out all types of crap. But I'm like, if I can't authentically give you feedback on that, or we can't have a guest that understands what that topic is, and then we're asking them questions, then I kind of feel like we're just out here giving you guys fluff. And I'm not here to fluff you up on nothing. Right. I'm out here to give you my honest opinion. So if I said it, I said what I said. And I meant it. And that doesn't mean if we come back on another episode, it's like, again, we always talk, Destiny and I are always saying, like, this is all about your growing. What are you done with, or what you're trying to become done with, right? So I could come back in season 8 and just be like, so, listen, guys. Remember what we said in season 1? Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Yeah, we actually are officially done with that. So I feel like it has become hard because there's so much we have done, but it's also one of those things where you put yourself out to the world, and then we're really not those type of people. In the sense of, like, don't get me wrong, like, honesty is honesty. You ask me a question, you gonna get an answer. The bush is not there. I'm not going around it. I went through it. Right. This is what it is. Just cut right to the chase. Yeah, because we got time for that. But on the same flip side of it, it's just like, what is, in this world, I feel like no one knows what personal means, you know? So, like, when people are like, they show everything and now they want to blur out their kid face. That's my kid. They don't, if the baby turns 16 and she still got this baby face blurred out, that is her business. Her business. You know? And so I feel like we live in a world when they're like, when they feel like they have access to you, then it's like, oh, I'm supposed to share. And it's like, wait a minute. Yeah. No, that's because and it's crazy because like you said, you've been going through some stuff, but obviously certain things you're just not going to get on the camera and say, y'all, I've been going through such and such stuff, because it's not your business. So it's hard to like really like, those are things that we're growing through, but at the same time, it's not everything is something that you should share. Yeah. So it does get to a point where it's like what they like with writers, they have the little writer's block. Like sometimes with the podcast, I do find myself like, now what?
Yeah.
You know, it was all going. We was flowing. We was in a groove. We had all the guests and all of that. And now I feel like we've gotten to a point with, like, we've been doing this for, I don't know, every season 10 weeks, 30 weeks. Oh, wait, 20, 21.
Jesus.
Because this is season 3, episode 1. So that's a long time, though. That's a lot of episodes. That's a lot of topics to try to figure out and find people. Like you said, we don't want to just... I'm not going to bring somebody on that hasn't gone through postpartum. I'm not, like, to make it real authentic and stuff like that. It's becoming a struggle now. Like, I'm not that we've talked about everything.
Yeah.
It's so much more we could talk about, but I don't know where else to go. And with that, it sometimes just make me a little bit discouraged. But I know that I want to keep doing it.
Yeah. But that's what I like is the honesty of us realizing, like, feeling like we're stuck. Because sometimes we feel like we're stuck, and then I kid you not, we'll get, like, she knows I'll do it all the time, and then she'll get mad because I'll call her and be like, this, like, I was listening to this song, and this is just like, did you put it in the notes, Brittany? Well, this is why I called you.
No, I need you to write it down.
So I feel like there are a lot of things that come to us. Most of mine come through, like, if I'm working out, I could be listening to another podcast and they say something, and then it'll trigger me and go, oh my God, like, I have done that. And it's not even like the gist of their episode. It's just that one thing someone said, and I'm just like, I could go on a whole tangent about that one little part you decided to insert into your podcast. So I feel like I like that she was honest. Well, we're both being honest about it, of saying, hey, I feel like we may not have nothing else to say after this episode.
And when we be asking y'all don't say nothing. What do y'all want us to talk about? Cricket.
Right. But on the flip side of that, we have real friends in real life that watch the podcast, and they love to see how... I think it's funny because they feel like they know us too, which they do. Yeah. But then they're like, this is a whole nother side. But I think it's because we're having the conversations with each other. So it's like, oh, I'm not just talking to Destiny about what we did in college. She's talking to her sister, which then brings out, oh, that was a whole nother layer. Didn't realize they had that conversation with each other, or they felt that way. And then we talked about it. But I think even when we're saying we don't know what to talk about, something always comes up. So don't get it twisted. Like, oh, we not coming back. We coming back.
Oh yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm gonna chat GPT until I find a topic. We're gonna come up with a topic. We're gonna come up with a topic.
But it is some days it is like, man. But you guys also get some off the hinge conversations because we're both really organized. Like we said, we have
we got 2 notes.
We got 2 notes, and we keep everything flowing. We'll check off what's going on. We got a calendar. We try to stay on topic as much as we can. But sometimes she'll come in, she'll be like, no, this just been on my heart. This is what I feel. And I remember there was one episode where you were literally crying. I feel like
I've seen that one by now. It wouldn't stop, bro. I don't know.
And that one was not planned. I don't recall that one being planned.
It wasn't. I was literally on my way here, and I said, this is what we're going to talk about.
And so I was like, huh. And it was so funny, y'all, because usually I set up, and then she comes in, and then we go through the whole spiel. So I was like, I don't know if I got anything to say on that. Nothing. And then it ended up...
It was a great episode.
It ended up being the best conversation.
The best one yet. Girl, y'all saw me crying, you didn't.
Yeah, so I think the best thing...
I was really crying too.
No, for real.
I had tissue fluff all on my... It was a good conversation, bro.
It really was. It was a relief. For her. She needed it. And I was happy to be here to support you in that. You know?
Thank you. I still am working on that one.
Yeah. It's still a good one. But I think that boils down to what entrepreneurship is, though. It's because when you work a job, the job tells you what to do, and then you're fitting everything into the block to make their mission statement and everything flow for them.
Oops, sorry,
and now you're talking about being yourself, doing your own thing, figuring out your own mess. Like, okay.
We have to do it all.
Like, literally today, y'all. So, we told you we had a situation with the camera. So, I'm over here trying to troubleshoot, because I'm an IT engineer now, without a degree. And, and so, I was like, the only possible thing that could be wrong is the HDMI cord. That's the only thing I can think of. The camera's fine. It cuts on, blah, blah, blah. So, I get in my car, drive to Walmart. I cannot get my keys out the ignition. And I'm like,
oh, I'm glad you said that.
I can't even get out that car, bro. Like, we already pushed the time to shoot this episode back like, 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, the fact that I cannot cut my car off is a problem. Mm-hmm. I called Bree. Bree is like, can you cut the car on? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, come home. And I was like, okay. So I cut the car on, and it's something to say, just sit. So I just sat, and I was like, okay, let's try this again. Now, mind you, though, I had already done this like 10 times. So I don't know what
sometimes you just different. Need to.
Yeah, but then it was like a water bottle. I feel like even though my car, the gear was in park, I don't know if I flushed it all the way. So I think the
car was in neutral, child.
But my foot went on a brake. I wasn't moving. So anyway, nonetheless, I got out of the car. Of course, and here we are. But I feel like that has been happening to us since we decided to start this podcast. Yeah. Literally.
And that's what I was going to say, because that's what we was, literally, when we filmed this the first time, we were sitting here saying how, okay, when we first tried to do the entrepreneurship thing, we just felt like everything was against us. Yeah. And as we had some of our friends, like the Dipped and Whipped podcast, you know, they go to a studio, and it's just like, for us, it was totally different. So it's just like, I wish we had that. I mean, we could have went to the studio, but we wanted to do it on our own, and we were just trying. And it's just like, what are we doing that's making all the odds be against us right now? Yeah. No matter what we try, like y'all watched season 1, episode 1. The struggle was real. Yes. And that same struggle seemed to have happened to us when we tried to film this video for the first time. Everything was not working. We couldn't even, me doing this, we couldn't move. Yes. The camera was not focusing. We tried to do everything to push through that video, but it was not working. Even in the midst of us saying, just having faith along the journey of going after the things that you want, the devil. I'm trying to tell you, the nigga is lame and ain't got nothing else to do. And I just don't understand.
He's lame.
He's so lame.
He is lame, though.
It's just like, every time we feel like we're getting somewhere, it's something to remind, like, oh.
What you thought.
You thought you was going somewhere, but you're done. And, like, as an entrepreneur, you have to just keep pushing through that. Yeah. Like, if I have a bad day at work, I know I got to still go the next day. Yeah. Whereas this is like, oh, I'm not in the mood to deal with that camera today. Yeah. So I have to literally choose. Yeah. Like I said, it's been a while since we really we recorded that episode with D, but we got to redo that one. The camera wasn't working. So it's just a thing of trying to push through the bad times, because it's not always just, oh, I'm going to go have a great conversation with my sister, you know, and I can share my wisdom or my experiences with y'all. It's not just that easy. Like, but when I finally publish on YouTube, I be like, oh, that's one episode down. Right. Like, it's a relief. Like, we got through that one. Yeah. I ain't got time to worry about the next one right now. No, we'll get there. But that one got up, right. Yeah. And those moments make me feel like, okay, I'm getting somewhere, you know? Yeah. So I do, but one thing I do appreciate about the struggle is that it makes me appreciate what we have even more. Yeah. So, like, even with the podcast now, I just drive to her house, we do the podcast. I'm moving in like 6 weeks, right?
We won't discuss it.
Right. But that does some type of way. But the podcast will continue. Yes. But that may also bring another set of issues that we have no idea about. So it's just, look, like I said, we take it one little thing at a time, but it does sometimes feel like,
when can we, like, just breathe? Like, just, like, literally just be like, hey, we're about to shoot an episode, walk in, sit down, do what we gotta do, walk out. I don't feel like we ever have, I mean, there's been a few where I'm like, oh, plug in. And we sit down. There was a while that we literally were like, we got this. Like I ain't gonna lie, season 2 was pretty consistent. We were rolling out episodes like,
I was like, dang, we already done with season 2. Then as soon as we start trying to film season 3, nothing's working. Yeah. Nothing.
It was like, don't get comfortable.
But that's also one of them important numbers in the Bible. I'm trying to tell y'all, the devil, he a hater. He wasn't tripping when we was doing this, the second He was tripping on the first one. He wasn't tripping on the second one.
Yeah.
But on the third day when Jesus rose again,
Resurrected.
he was trying to keep us in the tomb, y'all.
but like Lazarus.
No. We will not stay there.
No.
So we really had to, like you said, sometimes you do just have to take a break and be like right now, y'all, we supposed to be filming season 3, episode 3. We are literally filming season 3, episode 1, but that's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. But some days it's just annoying. But I'm grateful to finally be able to say,
we back.
I'm an entrepreneur and I do this. I'm a podcaster.
Yes. And it's good. Like, we want to build out and we want to trademark. We want to kind of do all the things. But
now we want to kind of, we are.
We are. Yeah. That is absolutely correct. And then I think there will be, I can't wait until we can finally have that episode where we sit and just be like, dang, do you remember when? Because one day we will be in a situation where we're just going to have to go to the studio because that's the kind of level that we're on.
Yeah.
You know, and we're going to be very excited and grateful and appreciative of that. But I think we do a very great job of also being appreciative even through the chaos of being on our own, of doing it this way as well. Sometimes I be feeling like a rapper. You know how a rapper be like, oh, I'm an independent. That's me.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
an independent
I ain't signed no contract.
Yeah. I am the contract. Okay, I say what I want to say.
Right.
My podcast. So I think like that's a humbling experience, and even when we get to the part where we're like, hey, we can finally have a conversation, we can sit down, we can talk, we can share our thoughts or whatever the case may be, I'm still just like she says, it's like we finally post and we like
we did it.
And there's not yet an episode or conversations that we've had that I'm like, oh, I feel like I should explain myself better. Or, oh, why did I say that? Or like, why did we? We haven't had a guest on. Yeah, we haven't had a guest on here yet that I've just been like second guess. There hasn't been a moment that has made me feel like, why am I doing this? And so I feel like that's how I know like this is. I feel like when we think about purpose, we think about like one thing. Like your purpose is this one thing, but it's just like.
But your purpose can show up in multiple things. Yeah.
And so I just feel like this is a part of my purpose, even though sometimes chaos comes along. It's been great because, like I said, the great thing about my sister and I is that if I get very overwhelmed, like she tends to stay more calm, which is nice because if
we both don't crash out.
If we both crash out, I'm telling y'all now. I'm probably gonna end up broke. Because I'm gonna be like, what the?
Right.
Stupid.
We're done.
Take this sign off the wall.
Forget it.
So by the way, y'all, that was we said we was coming back. We lied. We not coming back.
Right.
Because nothing
Hope
wants
y'all
to work.
enjoyed those 2 seasons.
But luckily we haven't stopped. And we won't stop.
Yeah.
Even on days when I know, baby, who gonna get me out this bed?
You.
The Lord.
Right. You're gonna get up.
Right? And then it was good too, because in that moment, I will say this, and I appreciate, so I'm gonna say it on the air. Because she also was like, Brittany, just show me how you edit. Because like I said, in the beginning, I was doing all of it. And then I was like, I don't know if I
because
can
she had access. It was
like,
on her email.
And so she was like, so I was like, this, and she does really well. Well, she would come by the house and she was editing the videos. So she always really edited the videos, but she was doing it. We were doing it, all these things together, sitting next to each other. And then we were like, well, that ain't gonna work going forward. So I was like, okay, this is what you need to do. And then she just took it. So then we separated. She was like, no, just, show me what to do and then we'll get it together. So she ends up doing all of that, learning how to do the thumbnails for YouTube, getting that all together. And then my job is just to kind of keep content flowing through social media. And this week she just knew, like, clearly my girl's over there.
Right, because season 1 of season 2 just went out.
Bump the struggle bus. I'm on the smallest bus you can find with 3 wheels, not 4. Because...
barely making it. I'm crying.
And so when she reached out and just said, just show me how to do it. Show me how to do both. So if we're ever in this situation, then I can, I don't know what to do. And it really just made me put my own kick my own self in the ass and say, hey, let's go ahead and do it, because that's kind of unfair that she's doing both. But like, I also try to be realistic. Like, this is life. Yeah. At some point, like when she moves, there may be a point where she's like, hey, Brittany, like X, Y, and Z is going on. I need to go out of town. I'm going to have to do both, because y'all are going to expect an episode to drop. Yeah. She's not here. This is just where we are. So I think when you said that, it really, like, I was like, okay, because I put a lot of pressure on myself of feeling like I'm letting, we love y'all, but for the most part, I be feeling like I'm letting my sister down. And when I feel like I'm not putting my best foot forward in our business, I'm like, I'm really messing up where she sees the vision and where we both see it. But really, like, what you know I'm capable of, I feel like I'm letting you down. And so when she just came to me with kindness, I was like, that's my sister. I'm crying.
These girls are tired. I'm crying. And then she goes, no, I'm going to get it together. I'm going to do it. And I'm like, okay.
And I posted twice. Okay, because I'm 4, but it was 2.
And it wasn't how many it was supposed to be, but it was more than what she had at first.
It was more than what, yes. And so, and then Bree sent me a video this morning. And I was like, oh, baby, if she can do that.
What video?
I can't say.
What?
I can't say what the video was.
Oh.
If I say it, then you gotta bleep it out of this video.
Oh, I ain't gonna make my job and save it for later.
I will come back and then share it maybe later. But he sent something, and it was really just this woman, and she was doing something that I felt like, there is no way she's going to continue this. And she literally just continued to do it. Like, week after week after week after week, she just kept doing the same thing. And I was like, she got to stop at some point. And it was like, no, 38. I was like,
okay,
you
what's
consistently
she
did
was pregnant?
The same
38
thing.
weeks.
Right? You consistently did the same thing for what it showed her before.
She ended up telling you the video anyway.
Right? It showed her before, and then all of a sudden it was like week 1, week 2, week 3. And then so then I went on her page, and she was saying that for 50, I think it was like 50-something weeks, she was just going to run at least once a week. And I was like, oh, she run. And she be running. I'd be like, baby, I wish I would run for 50 weeks straight.
That is a lot.
That's a lot.
Like, is somebody chasing me?
Was real. And so I just was like, okay, if she out here running 52 weeks.
We can record. That's a year.
Right? I was like, I can come out here and post a 30-second video.
Hello. And not only did I ask her to tell me how to do it, when she just demanded that she was going to do it, I said, okay, well, this part of the video, you can use that. I'm giving timestamps and...
Yes.
I'll do what I can.
She did a great job.
Because, like we said, we have a vision for this podcast. And it's not somebody telling us every day, hey, you need to go do the podcast. You need to go do this. Like, we literally have to encourage each other. And some days it's easier than others. And some days harder than others. And some days we just come in and just do it, knock it out. And we might do 2 episodes that day. And they go smoothly, but it's not always that way. So if anybody not out there needed some encouragement or whatever you got going on in your business, anything. It don't even have to be a business. It could be you running once a week. I don't know. Once you set a goal for yourself, some days it's not going to be that hard. But you have to force yourself to wake up every day and remember your why. Like, why did I decide I wanted to do this? If I stop doing this, what are going to be the consequences of that? Like I said, we sat down, we said, we're going to start a podcast. If we just stop, I don't know if y'all would care that much that we stop, but for me, it's kind of like, I feel like with this being such a public thing, me personally, it would be like I set myself out to do something and just quit, and everybody knows it. I can easily quit, stop running. Y'all would never know.
Yeah. Well, I think the hard part isn't that it's y'all know that we quit, but it's when you sit back and then if we continue to be like, oh, we could have had a topic about that. Well, don't talk to me about what we could have talked about. We quit.
Right.
That be the part that annoys me. It's like all the stuff you could do. But because you quit, now you sit for months and weeks or whatever the case may be, all day just thinking about all what could have done.
Yeah. Well, you could have just did it.
Just do it.
So just get up out that bed, Don't be lazy. Yes. Do it. Whatever it is that you set out for yourself to do, you just gotta do it.
Amen.
And the devil gonna try you. But he lame, like I said.
He's done.
Yeah, he's done. Because we re-recorded it. And what are you gonna do? Mm-hmm. And we're gonna post it. Yeah. And this is gonna be motivation to somebody.
Yes.
So I feel like this was a kind of straightforward thing. Even when we recorded it the first time, the episode was a lot shorter, right?
Yeah.
So no need to drag it out to make it an hour.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
you want to say what you're done with?
Anyways, but I think what we're done with.
We said what we said.
Yeah, it's not quitting. Like, I feel like you should be done with that regardless of whatever situation you're in.
I do have a question though.
Oh.
Okay. So with the podcast, right? Mm-hmm. It's something that we decided we were going to do together. And yes, like we just said, when one of us are lacking, that I could easily pick up the slack or you could easily pick up the slack. But maybe you could speak on how is it with your be more fit. That's your thing. Yeah. Yes, I do sometimes record for her, but most of the time she could just set the tripod up and record. Yeah. So how is it juggling both?
It's hard because doing content for one thing and then doing content for this, it's two different styles of content, first off. And then sometimes it's like for you, your Instagram is just like your life, right? So it's nothing to put that you're going to collab and then tag it on your page. But then my page is all about fitness. So sometimes I'm like, am I not really promoting my podcast because I'm not putting it on but they're literally two different businesses in my eyes. So for certain things, I'm like, yeah, I can definitely, go ahead and let that be a collab and then I will repost. But I feel like some days I get overwhelmed because if I'm not doing content for one, or if I'm doing content for one, then I'm not setting up content for the other. And so it takes me to sit down and take time. I know a lot of people are like, you're just working out. No, I'm not. I'm actually sitting here thinking, and then y'all be out here like, we want to see text, and we want to see, and I be like, shut up, because you don't even like it.
I'm crying.
and it's hard to figure out what people want to see, because you want to stay true to who you are, but then you also want to reach out to your audience to let them know that you're here. So, and these are two totally different audiences for me. So I do have to sit and be like, okay, I thought this would be cool, but it's not cool for this, or this didn't hit like I thought it would. So I think sometimes, I told you I'm an IT engineer, I'm a social media creator, I'm a lot of things. It's some titles I didn't even know existed that I'm currently doing. And I think it's just,
she is not an IT engineer.
I'm an IT. Listen,
if she was, the camera wouldn't be breaking as much as it does.
But it's on today. It's on today and it's functioning. Is it or is it not?
It is, but let's not curse it.
IT.
That's not. What's the word? What's the word? Jinx it.
She's my assistant.
Anyways, we'll finish our thought.
But no, I think the hardest part is trying to give equal amount of you to both, because I want both to be as successful as it can be. And some days I let both of them just roll under the rug, and I just be like, I know I ain't posted in about a week on both, and that's bad.
Yeah.
And then one of them gotta come back, Yeah. And so I try to just be mindful. But I will say the one thing about being in a partnership with this one is, which I'm not really good at because I've done this on my own for so long, is then to say, hey, this isn't a good week for me, so you're probably going to have to try and do everything. Yeah. This is what I usually do to make this process go by quicker. What's going on. So right now, what I've tried to do, and Bree and I are fixing our schedule because he has some things going on, is I'm picking my content day. So my goal is then to say, hey, I need to have at least 3 videos out and scheduled for the podcast. I need to make sure that I have my content for Be More Fit. Like, do not interrupt me, because for the next 5 hours on this day, this is all that I'm doing until I get it done. And then that tends to work out, which was what I was doing better at in season 2. So I saw a lot of you, girl.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we forget like what worked, and then you're trying to make something new because you're like, oh, I should do that because that's, that looks a little cooler.
Yeah.
So, just do what you was doing before, because that you was locked in and it was working.
I feel like that's another thing of doing everything yourself. Like, we're trying to find new creative ways to make the content more engaging.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's kind of, I want to say hard, but it is just us sitting here talking. So how can I make that more engaging? I don't know. Yeah. So it's just like making the video not just look like this. Like, we've been saying, oh, I wish we had the different angle thing and all that. But it's just also with me moving, what's the point of going to buy another camera for another angle? And then I'm leaving it. And then it's just going to be her. She only need one angle. So it's just trying to find these new ways to keep your brand evolving. Yeah. So that's another thing. But hey, if I can't come up with a new creative way, you're going to get it the same way you got it last week. And you better like it. Please. Right. Yeah. Thanks, please. Hey, thank you. Yes. But yeah. So with that being said, I think I can say, I don't know what I can necessarily say what I'm done with, but I feel like I can just continue to find new ways to motivate myself on those days where I just don't want to do it, because it's not just with the podcast. That's why I say whatever endeavors that you have within your life, like some days I don't want to, and I'm not gonna. Yeah. And I have to and I know a lot of people say those are the moments when you really need to do it. Those are the times that really count. And it's just like, but does it? But I don't really want to. And then I'm going to half-ass it. So, refresh. Yeah, so I think finding a good balance between allowing myself to push myself and without overworking myself at the same time. That makes sense. I feel like I could just be done with feeling like I have to do it all, but also finding a way to do it all. I don't know what I'm doing.
But no, that's entrepreneurship though. Yeah. Because it's hard. Because you're all things. Yeah. You're literally the host. You come in, you set up the mics, you make sure the lighting is right.
I do the candles.
And she likes because I never like this candle. If it's never not lit, I'm by myself. And I probably didn't light it. And she didn't notice it until the cameras were already rolling. But I think that's what entrepreneurship is though. Is what you said. It's finding the balance because you're a wife. You got other things going on. You got a job. You're a teacher, so you wear a lot of hats. And it's like in the midst of that, and then being an entrepreneur. Even though I don't have a full-time job working for someone, I'm also a mom. Too. You know,
I gotta do that job. I forgot about that.
You know, I'm a mom. I'm a wife. We go on vacation. I mean, we have family time. You know, you go hang out with your friends. Different things come up. So it's finding the balance within it all. But that's why I say, sometimes you just have to realize that most of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, they are the same. There are certain, like the lighting and stuff, we talked about that stuff pops up here and there. But for the most part, our days are the same. So we realize Sundays is the best day to say we're going to plan to do podcasting. Why? I wish I would. Does Tuesday work for Brittany? Of course. I don't work for nobody.
But not me, baby.
Homegirl not fit to come over here. Because I work going to bed.
Right. I'm going to bed. What are you talking about? I'm going to bed.
So I think sometimes we have to sit down and be like, realistically, what can you do? Like I said, I think I made a post about this on the Be More Fit when it's like, everybody want to be a 5 a.m. girly, but you hella upset. Yeah. Waking up.
You ruining everybody else. Say, girl, go to sleep.
Go to sleep. Wake up at 6:30.
It is okay.
Work out at night. You good. Right. Like, you don't have to do what everyone else is doing.
Find what works for you.
Yes, find what works for you and then stick with it. When you see somebody, the trend changing, you don't have to change with the trend. Realize what was working before and then make that work. But when you need to ask for help, ask for help. And I think that's where we sometimes fall because it's like, oh, I've been doing it. And it's like,
I need to find a way to do it.
Let go of that. And that's okay. And it's okay to say you ain't got it this week. It's okay to say you ain't got it 2 weeks.
I can say I'm done with that too because I feel like even with my regular job, some days, like we have like the quads, right? And we have another math teacher, another 5th grade math teacher, but I never go to her and be like, girl, I do not feel like doing that lesson plan. I will wait till it's due Thursday. I will wait till Thursday and just cram it all in there and just, okay, I did it. Instead of just saying, just go ask that lady for the slides for Monday. It's the same lesson. Yeah. But I never do that. Because They say if you want something done right, do it yourself. The way she do her slides, I might not want that for my class. So it's just for me, I do like doing things myself because I want it done a certain way.
Yeah.
And so I sometimes don't ask for help because of that. Yeah. But I also find myself not asking for help because I don't want to feel like I'm a burden to somebody else.
Yes.
So, but I don't know, y'all. Find a way to get you some good people that won't feel like you're putting a burden on them by asking for help.
Part, yeah. Because Corey will be on the phone and he'll just be blurting out stuff, and I'll be like, "What?
About what? Oh,
like
the camera?
He'd be like, so is it in 4K or is it in 1080? But what?
I don't know.
What language are we even speaking? But I love that everyone, whether we're talking about it directly to them or they just overhear our conversation, they're also so engaged in wanting us to be the best that they're like, hey, what's going on? You know, like Corey would come over here and work out and he'd be like, I was at the Be More Fit gym. Yeah. So
you have to, especially as entrepreneurs, when you do everything yourself, you can easily get burnt out. Yeah. So you have to have people around you that will uplift you, will help you, will do all these things to not make it because it does get hard. Yeah. Damn, no!
I thought you was going to be able to finish it.
Dang, I did not see it. You should have told me. Well, y'all, speaking of being an entrepreneur, it broke. I mean, it didn't break. It went off. So I don't remember what I was saying, but long story short, be surrounded by good people that's going to help you on your journey with your entrepreneurship. And if you're doing it with a partner, make sure you got to... See what I be talking about?
I didn't even know. 1 second.
If it ain't one thing, it's another. Lord, just let us get through this video, please. All right, but basically just surround yourself with good people. She finna knock the light over. Yeah, we're done. We'll talk to y'all next week. But yes, episode about entrepreneurship. Do what works for you. Find that balance. Keep going. It's gonna get hard, but push through. You got this. You were meant to do this. If God never put it on your heart to do it, I mean, he wouldn't have put it on your heart to do it if you wasn't capable of doing it. Yeah. So don't give up, and you got this.
Yes.
From your sisters, from the You're Done podcast. We're going to see y'all next week at the same time.
Yes.
Right? Yes. That's all she got to say. Yes. Yes. Yes, Lord. For the rest. Yes. Okay. Bye, y'all. Peace. I'm crying.
Tambourine.